get it back in there, you know, it's almost like you're in no man's land. You're like, I got knocked out by the 155-pound champ. I got knocked out by the new, you know, 145-pound champ. You know, am I going back down the ranks and work my way back up? Or am I just like, you know what, I'm not going to fight? Because there was a time like you were not fighting. It was like, you know, me, everybody in the MIGHTYcast would be sitting there like, man, when is Volk going to fight? When's Volk going to fight? Is he going to fight, you know, a number of contendership fight? Or is he just going to wait for a title fight? What was that process like of you trying to dictate when you're going to get back in there? Because when you're the man, you're the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world at one point, and then you know, suffer 2, you know, back-to-back losses. It's like, my ass ain't fighting, you know, number 5, number 6. I'm fighting motherfucking number 1. Walk me through that, because a lot of us were like, you know, like, when's Volk going to fight?
Yeah, so it's that process off the 2 losses was probably an easier process for me. I found it harder for myself in between fights. Well, before the Islam, the second one. Like, so it got to a point where, you know, I had a responsibility as champ. I wanted to be active. There's always going to be questions, how much longer, you know, do you have left? You know, when's it going to be where losses do come? Or, you know what I mean? Or, you start to decline. I need to get to work. I don't want to waste any time. So I'm fully committed to my craft, to this sport and my career right now. So my schedule, even my training schedule, I'm fully committed to my training schedule. And when you don't have a goal in sight, when you've done it for so long, because I'm back in the gym straight away, and when you don't have something in line, like I couldn't get my head around, because things can get repetitive. You know, when it's a lot harder to do. In camp, easy. When I'm in camp, very easy. Hard work, very, very hard, but it's clear the goal. The goals are clear, you know what I mean? Very direct, very basic, even though it's hard work, but we all know what we need to do. We've got a date, we've got everything set. That no man's land between fights, when I know I want to get back in there, I want to be getting as many paychecks as I can, you know what I mean? I want to set myself up while I'm in my prime. You know, I can't be wasted. So that was hard for me. And obviously after the concussion with the Islam, I usually wouldn't put it out there, bit of concussion, and then I put it out there, which I'm fine with. I'm actually, you know, it's a part of the game as well, you know, with the concussions. And it's no secret that any sport, anything can get tough for people. So I was okay to open up like that. But so a lot of people coming off there. So I was like, I want to get back in there. I've got a responsibility. As I said, I was never going to hold up divisions. A lot of people thought I was mad fighting 3 months later against Ilia topuria, but no one could have changed my mind. That's what I had. I'm like, nah, I'm sweet. I'm getting back in there. This is my job, my responsibility. I said I wouldn't hold up any divisions. I ain't going to hold it. They're like, oh, what about, you know, you're coming off a knockout loss. You know, that messes with your confidence and all that. I'm calling bullshit on that. There's no way you could have changed. I didn't believe any of that. And you couldn't have told me that. And the only time I maybe felt something a little bit, maybe when I was in the cage. That's where I was like, all right, maybe there is something to this. So then obviously that.
You're like, fuck.
Maybe like, you know, so doing things, you know, even looking back is like, all right, I was even doing some of that even in camp as well before it. But I mean, like, you couldn't have told me that. So but anyway, I won't get into it. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do maybe what I should have done before that, have a proper break, you know, let the head rest and all that. And so I was able to accept that. I accepted the fact that I'm having a proper break. And it was clear to me, and that was it. So it was easy for me to be in this, as you said, no man's land. I wouldn't call it no man's land because I knew what I was doing. I knew I was having a break. I knew I wasn't fighting till later on, and that's fine. Now let's cook them with Volk. Let's, you know, build the brand. Let's do all this other stuff. And I loved it. It was great. I even, I was able to do, for the first time since I was 22 years old, I was able to put like me first, then my family. I guess my family was always, family and fighting was always first, but I was able to put me first and everything else, and then training second. Like I always did everything around training, which left no time for myself, and just and only time for my family, and even that was limited. You know, I had to save energy and be careful with that because I needed to bust my ass in the gym. So it's but I was able to pull back and only do like morning sessions. So I was still training, but you know, if I had to be somewhere, I didn't have no pressure on myself because, you know, I hold myself accountable. I wouldn't be, you know, we wouldn't be where we were if we didn't hold ourselves accountable. But I was able to let that go because I don't need to be in the gym right now. I'm worrying about everything. I'm letting everything recover. I'm letting myself, I'm working on me right now. So that was easy. And I enjoyed it. I was like, am I going to be able, this is where my question started. Am I going to be able to flip the switch and go back to that fighter's identity?
Yep.
Where sacrifice myself, me time, and just have fighter and whatever energy left for you, for the family and fighting. That's it. No time for yourself.
Yep.
I'm like, am I going to be doing that? But I mean, the fact that I know I could switch between the two now that I was able to be in, I guess you would think it would be no man's land and be so fine with it, was so good for me to understand that I'm a be okay after it's all said and done.
Yes.
But I know what it takes to be the best and to be, you know what I mean? And to be number one, be champion. And that is, sacrifices. That is no time for yourself.
Yep.
All that goes, the fighter's identity, whatever it is. Like, okay, I'm okay with that. I accept that. Sweet, bring it on. So I knew once I'm like, let's see if I can flip that switch. And then I was able to. So I started, so as soon as I did it, like I told you, I went even above and beyond, where I was like, you know what, I'm not going to have a cheat meal from now. I'm not even going to have a drop of alcohol, and was able to just do that and go above and beyond and flip the switch and feel, mate, I'll tell you what, I feel great. I honestly feel great. So it's, I think it was probably one of the best things I could have done, having that proper break. Maybe I should have done that before the last fight, maybe.
Yep.
But I mean, there's no way you could have told me that before the fight.
Got it.
No one could have.
Gotcha. Because that's the only reason I said no man's land is because, like, we're on the outside and we're looking in, right? We're like, what is Volk gonna do? And I feel like that's the problem with mixed martial arts as a sport, is that you win the belt, it's like, okay, you get to the fucking press conference. What's next? What's next? It's not like, you're starting to see a lot more champions do it now. Like, they become champion. Like, Merab was like, dude, I'm going to take a break. Like, I just went through Killer's Road to get the belt. I'm going to take a break. I'll let you guys know when I'm going to come back. And there was a time when, you talked about it just now, that you had this identity that it's, if I'm not at training camp, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm having a hard time. You did a talk about that, like, you struggle with that. And that actually kind of, I felt that, because being a professional athlete, being one of the best in the world at, in the peak of my career, it was literally gym 8 weeks. We have a goal in mind. That's what we're going to do. And then when I'm at a training camp, luckily I was always involved. Like, okay, I'm not in training camp. I would be with the kids, with the wife, but there'd still be, maybe 45% of me still waiting for that call. Like, hey, did Matt call? When's the next fight? I'm watching. Till later in my career, I was like, after I'm done fighting, I'm like, bye, goodbye. I'm not training. I'm not sparring. I'm not doing none of that. But I remember you said that a long time ago. You're like, dude, if I'm not fucking getting ready for a training camp, I feel useless. Like, I feel there's nothing to live for. And that's where I felt like now it's like, I'm happy to hear you found your me time, right? You're working on the brand. You're working on Old Man Volk, Cooking with Volk, because those are the things that you can do until you're fucking 85, right? Like, the fighter identity, it's only good enough. It's only good when you're winning, essentially. And I'm happy to hear that you found the me time, because I feel a lot of fighters, even in today's mixed martial arts, they have a hard time balancing the two.
Yeah, man, it was hard, but I mean, and I'm so glad that I had the time to have that break and understand, be very comfortable with me being me and outside. Mate, to be honest, after the 2 losses, because of all the cooking with Volk and everything else I was doing, my brand's never been bigger. The opportunities have never, come more frequent. Like, you know what I mean? The brand's so much bigger and it's doing so much better. I don't have to fight.
Yay!
But, but the thing is, what I love about that I'm still able to, I still, like the drive, the drive I have right now, like, I'm ready to get that belt back. I'm getting it back, and I'm going to be that active champion. Like, a lot of people, like, they're not going to believe me until I do it. So I'm planning April 12th. Don't be surprised if, when I win, and I'm already calling the next fight straight away. Like, I'm, I'm ready to do this. I'm like, going, all right, let's go. And I'm okay with it, because, this is going to be the last crack. How long? Right now, I feel great. Like, I'm so glad I bring that weight down nice and early. I usually leave it a bit later, which my body, I'd feel it more, maybe because maybe it is an age thing. I don't know. But having them extra kilos, you would feel it through camp. You would feel slower, and I just did not like it. So I was like, I wanted to feel sharp during camp. I don't want to just the last couple of weeks, all right, now I'm putting it all together. Now I'm feeling good. No, I can't. Now I want my timing. I want everything on early. You know what I mean? I want to be doing everything right early so I get the right muscle memory going into the fight, right instincts going into the fight, rather than just it all coming together. But I didn't get to really work under that sort of real feel and real timing and, things like that. I want to work with that timing that I feel that I have already now. So I'm very, very happy where things are. And yeah, man, like I'm ready to get back out there and do my thing and call out the next guy and fight, and have a few fights this year. You know what I mean? I'm ready to do that. And I'm okay with that. I'm going to try and fit in the other stuff.
Yep.
But I'm okay with the next couple of years or, however long it is, of me dialing right in, sacrificing my own time and all that, just to build that empire for my family, knowing now that I'm gonna be all right later. Yeah, even when it gets tough through this while I'm making all these sacrifices, I don't care because I know what's on the other end of it.
I love that,
and I know I'm going to be okay with it. So it's great. So I'm just happy that I still have that same drive, if not more, maybe more drive. You know what I mean? Maybe the 2 losses. I don't think it was because of the 2 losses. It's just. I don't know. It's just right now.
I think you finding out, because that's the biggest thing. Every fighter, this is our identity, right? You're in the UFC, coming on 10 years. It's all you've done your whole entire life. And you're like, fuck, man, what's going to be like after I stop fighting? You got a glimpse of that with cooking with Volk, old man Volk on the farm. You see your kids still love you. Your wife still loves you. You're having a good time. You're enjoying your whiskey. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to give it everything I fucking got, because I know once I'm done and I keep building this empire, I have something to look forward to when I come back. Right? And now you're like, shit, why not? Let's run. Let's do another crack. I feel better. No cheat meal, no alcohol. And I can't wait to see what I can do now, knowing self-consciously that like, I'm fine. Whatever happens in this fight. That's where I felt like I started to blossom. Like after I got knocked out by Adriano, I was like, fuck it. I was the opposite. I was like, I'm like you. I'm like Tiger Woods now. I'm like having alcohol, doing marijuana before I fucking, I'm like, still fucking point, boys. I mean, I'm gonna get knocked the fuck out regardless. If this weed is gonna make me lose this fight after I train my ass off for 8 weeks, I deserve to lose. And I'm doing flying knees. I'm fucking people up left and right. And I feel it's like the reverse. You have hit that place in your life where it's like, I'm here for fun. I'm here. I'm giving it my best. And I'm going to go out there and I know I'm going to perform, because I know even whatever happens, I'm going to be Gucci after my time is done here in the sport of mixed martial arts.
Yeah, for sure. And then again, it's hard. So I don't mind. So it's good to talk about it, because you know a lot of fighters are going to be going through that now. Like that's going to be all they know, especially if they're committed.
Yep.
If you've got fighters that are committed and invest 100% of them, like you lose, I don't know if you could, if you didn't, because I know you like your gaming, and that maybe that was something that was really good for you or something. But I mean, I could, just from watching you, I know you must have been dedicated to the sport. I mean, if you weren't, that'd be crazy. Like to be where you are, to have that knowledge and to be as good as you were, there's no way you weren't 100% committed. So I mean, but you lose. I feel like you lose a chunk of yourself, you know what I mean? Like through them years, if that makes sense. Like sacrifices. I mean, because I heard Khabib talking about it, like lately he's been touching on, because everyone talks about discipline and all that, but sometimes that's not enough. And I knew exactly what he meant. It's more than just discipline. It's sacrifices. It's missing out on all the stuff that you that you want or even need. Like we can't worry about that right now. You need to sacrifice all that, and it's even going to be sacrificing family time and stuff like that. And lucky enough for me that I just took all of my own time, and so I could have more time with the family. So it was, for me to understand that and all that, that's why I don't mind talking about it. And I want to be out there, because I'm sure there's going to be other athletes that go through that, but just understand is like, look, you are going through that, but that's a bit of adversity for you trying to be the best version of yourself, or you want to be the man, you want to be champion. That's what it takes. But you'll be right afterwards. Trust me.
Yeah.
Just, so I want people to understand that, because I had no idea, man. I had, you just learn. I'm sure people probably talk about it, but I did not understand. I didn't know what our fighter's identity meant. I didn't know any of that. I was just, it was like I was just building a machine. Like I was just constantly just working that. I didn't have time for anything else.
Yep.
So, but now I feel like I'm learning so much outside of fighting, out so much about myself, so much about everything. Right? You learn so much through the process. But now that we've learned it, I wouldn't mind, passing some of that knowledge to kids or people going through it, because I'm sure they will be.
Yep, absolutely. Now, you mentioned it. You got a big fight. Diego Lopes, another guy who's worked his way up the ranks. He hasn't, I felt like he has been one of the athletes that's taken every fight the UFC has offered him. And, a lot of us thought you're going to be fighting Ilia topuria. We'll talk about that, like seeing him just relinquish his belt going up to 155. But talk to me about this fight with Diego Lopes. I feel like he's very dangerous everywhere. I feel like his strongest suit is his jiu-jitsu, my personal opinion. He did show some good hand speed against Brian Ortega, but Brian Ortega doesn't have the knowledge that you do about making adjustments. Okay, let's kick, let's elevate, change, let's try to get the wrestling. Talk to me. You may not give me all the game plans, but talk to me about this matchup. Are you looking forward to? Obviously, you're looking forward to it, but talk to me about this matchup with Diego.
Well, I think, yeah, definitely a great matchup, fun matchup as well. So it's a fight where, even though it's not Ilia, a rematch with Ilia would have been, that's what I wanted mostly, right? I wanted to fight Ilia for the belt, get the rematch. Next best thing is for the vacant belt against Diego. At least he's a dangerous fighter, exciting fighter. People are going to want to tune in because, there's a bit of hype around him. Stylistically, I think it's a great matchup for me. Obviously, he's dangerous. He's definitely going to have a puncher's chance. He's got that submission threat. I've proved many times that I'm gonna be all right in when it comes to grappling. But I'm sure he's thinking different. He's going to think he's going to show me something that I haven't seen, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it because. Yeah, it's another opportunity where he is looked at as, you've got your Ilia Topurias, you've got your Diego Lopes. He's still that new generation, right? The new school coming in. So I still get to prove that this guy's on an absolute tear at the moment. I still get to prove that I can still beat these guys. So it isn't some other guy that's been in the game for so long that I'm going to go and beat for the title. I get to still go out there and beat a new school fighter, which would be very, very interesting and very big for my comeback. So this is a massive comeback. You know what I mean? Coming off 2 KO losses, massive break. I'll be 37 in September. So a lot of people are going to be like, there's no way Alex can do this.
Yep.
Great. And they have every right to think that. They have every right to think that. And I'm okay with that. And their opinion won't be changed till I go out there and show them. That's what I plan on doing. So it just adds to my story. It adds to my story. And Mika being 2-time champion at this age, the comeback. Put it this way, we're documenting everything because this is shit people want to see. This stuff needs to be documented because the comeback's going to be real and massive, and I can't wait.
I love that. There's an ongoing ticker where it's like champions. How many people can win a belt after being, I think it's 36 years old. And I think like Henry was on it. He lost it. I was one of the guys, but they don't really count me because it was over one championship. So you could be one of those boys. You could be like, Deke, after 36, you won a belt. I can't wait to see
I think it's 35. I think it's after 35.
Oh shit, 35? Oh, goddamn.
At our lower class, at the lower classes, right?
Yeah,
the higher class.
This is outdated, but what the stat that DJ's referencing, it's the record of UFC fighters aged 35 plus in title fights below middleweight. And like I said, I'll get the updated stat and correct this, but where I'm looking at it right now is 2 and 28.
Goddamn!
And the two people they list is Cejudo, who would end up losing to Aljamain Sterling, and then Alex Volkanovski's listed there as well. So
hey, see, they didn't list me because I was over one championship doing stuff. But I mean, it's a big deal, and I'm excited for the fight because it's a great fight for you and your story, and then for Diego Lopes as well. 2 exciting fighters, the former world champion at featherweight, and then the new generation. You've been in the UFC so long at the top of the level. Now you get to, fight the new generation and see what this fight's going to be about.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's huge. And for the comeback, that's again, it's a good story. I like for the legacy. I'm not really one to be like, oh, yeah, I want to leave this crazy legacy behind. It's not something that I'm chasing. I'm chasing my main driving factor is looking after my family. It always will be. But the fact leaving a legacy while I'm chasing that would be incredible too. You're right. That may be the next best thing. So this could really add to that story and legacy and be great. And I'm telling you, it's going to happen. So, you know what I mean? I'm very, very confident. I've been trying to say quietly confident, but it's not quietly because I keep telling everyone I'm winning that belt. So it's not quietly confident anymore. But yeah, but I'm quite confident in where I'm at and fighting the right fight. Again, very dangerous guy. I make a mistake, he could definitely capitalize it, but I won't make any mistakes this time. Look, if I fight my fight and lose, I'm going to be happy.
Yep.
I'm going to be okay with it. I'll be okay with it.
Yep.
I feel like maybe my last fight, I didn't really fight my fight. And I paid the ultimate price because of it. Doesn't mean that's not how the fight was going to go, but I mean, I still, I want to know if, that's why I was looking forward to that rematch. But hey, I go do what I plan on doing. Maybe he's going to do the lightweight title fight. I go there, and as I said, I want to be active. I'll fight someone 3 months later, and then we do an even bigger rematch. Could you imagine how big that rematch will be after Volk's back? You know what I mean? So we could just set up something even bigger further.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of MIGHTYcast. And my friends, we have a special guest today. No other, the former light heavyweight champ. You know what? He ain't the former. The man was a champion. He got injured. Please welcome Jamal Hill to the podcast.
What's going on, y'all? Appreciate you. Appreciate the introduction.
Jamal, I'm going to get right into it. I want to talk about your injury. I heard you tore your Achilles tendon playing basketball with the schmo. Now, I know that's going to be frustrating. Let's just get that right out there. But what... Did you not warm up? Did you not drink your water? Were you not hydrated? What happened, baby? Tell me what happened with your Achilles tendon injury. Like, walk me through that. How'd that happen?
Well, basically, from what the doctor told me is I had tendinosis in the tendon anyway, so it was already like dead, losing blood flow and like kind of corroding over he say a length of years. So. I think it was just one of those things. It was just a matter of time that it happened, and it just so happened to happen while I was playing basketball.
Damn. Did it feel like it was weak at all, or did it just feel normal? Then it just pop and just went.
It didn't feel like anything. Like it was. I pretty much just went to go step around. Just to go step around somebody playing it on it, and went to go kind of spring off, and just went from there.
Well, I know this might sound bad, but it's a good thing it happened in a basketball game and not in a mixed martial arts fight, because then you would have lost due to injury, et cetera, lost the belt instead of being stripped of the belt. Well, you actually vacated the belt, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you vacated the belt because you knew the injury time to turn around to be able to defend it wasn't very applicable. So, man, that's horrible. Let's look forward to your next opponent. You were there live at MSG. Madison Square Garden, Jiri taking on Alex. Okay. What type of openings are you seeing against Alex? Your background's jiu-jitsu, so I'm going to consider you a full-rounded mixed martial artist, right? You started with jiu-jitsu, you been knocking motherfuckers out because you became because you saw a motherfucker do his thing on the television, Anderson Silva. So when you look at Alex, what type of openings are you seeing?
There's a lot of them. There's a lot. I don't think he's as fast as I am. I don't think he's used to the type of fight that I bring and the type of style that I bring. It's just like certain skills, bro. Just certain skills. I understand fighting. He understands it as well. You know, his leg kicks are kind of philosophied in a certain to the same way that I was taught. You know, to where it's like you don't have to throw, you don't have to put much on them, and they're very effective and can do a lot of damage. So I understand that. I understand his hook is set up in is boxing based with a little bit of his own little personal touch put onto it. You know, I notice these things. You know, I'm just different, bro. I'm just different. I just really want to get in there with somebody like that who everybody sees and acknowledges how special he is. You know what I mean? It's giving him the flowers for how special he is. I want to go in there and show the levels that I can make it look easy. Ooh. I believe I could really make this fight look easy.
Well, I better say, you better be checking them calf kicks or use that shit to take him down, because that's the one thing a lot of people make a mistake is I always tell people, like, from what you're telling me is that you're being very intelligent about approaching this fight, right? You probably see the openings. I know you don't want to give him away. You're looking at him, you're like, okay, we're not going to try to fight him here, or we might fight him here. But each time I see somebody try to fight a kickboxer in a kickboxer realm, they tend to get to knock their ass knocked out, like Jury did, right? But from my perspective, what you're saying, you're telling me is that you're gonna go in there intelligently, you're gonna put him where he's the weakest at, and basically make it easy, make it look real easy. Do you think that's credited to your?
I'm not talking about even just. I'm talking about striking.
Oh, you're gonna knock him out?
Yeah, bro. I gotta shut him down at what he does the best and put him to sleep in where everybody sees him as just this unbelievably untouchable guy. You know, that's the way it has to be done in my eyes. That's the way I have to do it.
Man, it's confident.
I can't do it another way. I can take him down.
What did you think about Alex Pereira calling out Israel Adesanya after the fight instead of you? Did you feel a little disrespect having him kind of calling out a middleweight instead of you, who obviously you rightfully get that next shot, having never relinquished or having never lost the light heavyweight title? What was your reaction to that call out of Israel Adesanya?
To me, I just think it was funny. You know, to me, that's just like, you focus on the wrong things, or you really just don't understand the threat that I am, or the challenge that really is in front of you. So to me, I'm excited. You know, it excites me because of the simple fact of if either one of those are true, it's going to be even easier than from what I see, skill for skill, on how I can beat him.
I love it. I'm excited now. I'm excited.
I don't know. I gotta ask you, DJ, from what you saw, in there on Saturday, does he seem just unbeatable or just otherworldly, unstoppable?
No. I definitely think everybody's beatable. I think the blueprint to beating Alex Pereira, my personal opinion is, I've always never fight people where they're their best. I think it's just harder. Not saying you can't do it, it's just a lot harder. Yeah. But I would smother him so bad and I would wrestle him until the opportunity he was exhausted. And then I will let my hands go, bop, find the angle, and do a thing. Granted, I'm imagining myself fighting him at 5'3". I'm not 6'4", 205 pounds. I'm 5'3", 150 pounds. So I've never been the structure of what you have, right? So there's things you can do that I can't do, and there's things I can do that you can't do because given their structure. But he's definitely beatable. He's been beat before. He's been knocked out cold. So it's definitely possible. I mean, everybody's beatable. I've watched a little bit. I've watched a lot of your fights, and you approach the fight in a unique way because you have very good power, and the way you cross the distance is a little bit different, unorthodox, but you have a traditional and a good foundation when I sit there and I watch you fight. So I think it's a great matchup between both of you guys because you're not scared to bang, and you also do have that one knockout punch power as well. So I'm super excited to watch it and to hear, that's why I wanted to know a little bit more about your background. I think people who come up doing not just mixed martial arts or an art form, but being an athlete by playing basketball, football, track. You saw the wrestling. You're like, I ain't about that life. You had the fights in the streets, in the club, in the bowling alley, wherever you fought at. I think your foundation is set up to be a very explosive athlete, to where a lot of people who are just playing martial arts, who do jiu-jitsu their whole entire life, they're not athletic. They just do jiu-jitsu. That makes sense. Right. So I like this matchup for you.
Yeah, no, 100%. I see ways, like, you gotta think, like, I've been striking for a long time. Like, that's what all the street fights was. All the street fights was stand up and throw these hands. But just even in my training, I feel like I understand striking and I see it on just a whole nother level. That'd be like if we were in kickboxing, right? If I went over and we actually did this in kickboxing, I think I could become a champion. I could be a champion in kickboxing as well. So yeah, I can. I'm fully aware that I could take him down and I can wrestle. My grappling is better than pretty much I feel anybody that he's gone against. I'm the better. I'll grapple anybody that he's gone against. But for me, for what I want out of this and out of this challenge, I feel he's gotta go to sleep.
You know, he can go to sleep if you choke him out. That's all. I'll also put.
He got to go to sleep. He got to go. They got to see the giant fall. They got to see him tumble. They got to see him take that tumble.
What's going on, guys? This podcast is sponsored by G Fuel. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know you guys have been loving the G Fuel energy formula, but they don't just have pre-workout. That's how I use it. That's how Michael's been using it. They also have the hydration tub. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know you guys are out there working out extremely hard. You got to replenish your body with the correct electrolytes. Now, with their clean ingredients and also the sustainable energy with the electrolytes, make sure you guys try gfuel.com. And make sure when you do that, you use my promo code MIGHTY to save 20%. Michael, how is your use of the energy formula treating you when you hit the gym, baby?
No, we've talked about this before. I'm not a pre-workout guy. I don't know what it is. Like, I just don't. It's never agreed with me. I've never really needed it or felt like I needed it before workout. But I have this right behind me, the G Fuel, the energy form. I got the clickbait and the sage mode, and both of those, I just mix those with some water. Tastes really good and gives me the energy to fuel that workout. So no, I'm addicted to using this energy formula. I use it as a pre-workout, so that just shows it has some different uses. That's personally how I use it. So no, thanks for G Fuel for fueling my workout, and no, like I said, it tastes really good too.
And also, thank you to G Fuel for fueling this podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, your boy was playing Street Fighter 6. We just hit master rank with DJ. And you better believe your boy was jacked up on that G Fuel. So let you guys know, G Fuel has a BOGO sale, which is buy one, get one free between November 20th through November 28th. They got some delicious flavors. So make sure you guys do yourself a favor. Go to gfuel.com. Make your purchases, buy one, get one free. And when you do that, make sure you use my promo code MIGHTY to save 20%. Enjoy the show. So what other sports did you do growing up? Were you a football player, basketball, wrestle? Like, give me a synopsis of your background, of your sports background.
Yeah, so I started out playing football because that was what was regularly available to us. I had older brothers. They played in the flag football league that we had back when we were kids, and that's just kind of what I fell into. Then I started playing basketball maybe like around third grade, and then from there it was just those two were the main ones, just because those were opposite seasons. You know, you have football in the fall and you have basketball in the winter. The way wrestling was introduced to me wasn't the best way, you know, so it kind of just looked like a bunch of dudes in tights grabbing on each other. So I ain't really fall in love with that, off into that. So I decided to play basketball. I ran some track my senior year, but yeah, for the most part, it was just basketball and football. I played basketball throughout school and into high school, and then I played football all through school, and then I played a couple years of semi-pro.
Wait. So you didn't continue to wrestle because of the tights?
It wasn't that I never started. You know, I wanted to go first. You know, I was like, you see like WWE and stuff like that on TV, and that's like what they feed you as like mainstream wrestling, and then you have the school wrestling, and the got people that I went and saw the team, they sucked. So it was just seemed like they just like were just grabbing on each other, just touching on each other. You know, just
so I want to get this straight. So you never done any form of martial arts training, not in high school. You didn't wrestle. You didn't do any karate. So it's basically track, football, basketball. That's about it. So no form of mixed martial arts training whatsoever.
I did like taekwondo when I was a kid, like, but it wasn't like that. It was like maybe like a couple months, and then my just like I come from like a military family, so they had like little hand combat things like that. Like my dad showed me and like my uncle showed me, but outside of that, not really. Like I didn't have any classes that I was going to. I wasn't going to wrestling every week. I wasn't going doing jiu-jitsu every week as a kid. My mixed martial arts, like true mixed martial arts training didn't start till I was 18.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you guys a little background on this. So I always think what Jamal did, he probably gave himself the best base possible to be a professional athlete. What do I mean by that is that he didn't focus on a martial arts. He played basketball, he played football, he ran track. All three of those sports require certain disciplines of being athletic: the speed, the agility, cutting angles, jumping high, the reaction time of catching a football or basketball, hand-eye coordination. That was kind of like my upbringing as well. I did do wrestling because I love the fact that, you know, being 4'11", 95 pounds, you can go against somebody who's the same size as you. Obviously, I didn't fare very well on the football field or the basketball court. You know, not all of us are blessed to be as tall as Jamal Hill. I'm sure the man was probably 5'11" in 9th grade. But I think you doing all those
like
sports and then
6'1"
finally
in
jumping
9th
into
grade.
mixed martial arts when you're 18, you said, probably gave you a great background or a base to be super athletic. So you say you started when you're 18 years old. What was the first thing you jumped in? Did you jump right into mixed martial arts? Or was it specific like Muay Thai, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, Well, you say you went about that wrestling life because of tights and all that stuff. I understand. But what was the first thing that introduced you into mixed martial arts? What was that sport?
So, like, I got into a lot of fights though. Don't get me wrong. Like, I fought all the time. Like, for real. Like, I used to fight all the time. We talking like group fights, me fighting, people trying to jump me. Like, you know what I mean? Shit. Sometimes me jumping on other people. It's just been a wash of a bunch of different situations. So fighting was just always just natural. I just always had that comfortability within those crazy, like, you know what I mean, violent exchanges, if you will. So for me, I watched the Anderson Silva versus Forrest Griffin fight. And like seeing that was like crazy, right? So I'm like, all right, I get into a lot of fights. And I think about it, you out getting into a lot of fights. I'm like, damn, can I fight like that? Damn, what happened if I run into a motherfucker like that? I should probably become a motherfucker like that. You know what I mean? Just in case, just to be safe, you know? So I started training. When I went to the gym, it was like the way that they did it, we had jiu-jitsu class and then we had MMA class, which you mix it, we're mixing all together now. Right. So those were my classes that I started out with. And that was with the same coaches that I have now. So I've never been trained or any of that by anybody else. So I came in. So to be honest with you, if we're being jiu-jitsu was my first introduction into it because that was the first class. And then the next class was MMA. So I pretty much been studying MMA the whole time.
And so you haven't gone to a different place. So if I heard you correctly, you've been under the same umbrella, same coaches. You start out with jiu-jitsu because that was the first class you took. And then after that was mixed martial arts. So your striking coach, jiu-jitsu coach, wrestling coach, the full mixed martial arts, the full meal deal is under one roof. You're not going to a boxing gym or a kickboxing gym and Muay Thai gym.
Right.
You have one coach that pretty much does everything for you, correct?
No, I have one coach. My head coach is my jiu-jitsu coach. Then I have my striking coach, and then I have my essentially my no-gi. He's like my no-gi instructor.
But it's all in one house though, all under the same roof.
Yeah, we're all in the same gym. Like we all came up. They were all training partners together before. You know, before I came in and things like that. So whenever I came in, it was just, at first I was just like another student. There were some other guys. And then over time, you know, the ones who were more serious and like really dedicated and locked into it started to weed themselves out. And it just became me.
Damn, I love that. I love that because you see, I mean, nowadays, I don't know about nowadays, but I think there's a point in time in mixed martial arts in the generations where it's like, I got to go to my jiu-jitsu coach. He's over here. Then I got to drive 15 to 30 minutes to this coach. He's over here. And then drive this over here to this coach. So I think it's kind of cool. You don't really see it that often that you have one athlete that's become a world champion that trains under one umbrella, right? Like I did it myself. Matt Hume was pretty much my full-time coach of pretty much everything. And then, now I have a professor in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because I'm focused more on the gi grappling, but it's kind of unheard of nowadays. When I hear Joe Rogan talk to different athletes, they don't have one coach. I know Sugar Sean O'Malley has one coach, him and Tim Welch. So it's kind of awesome to hear that. Now,
yeah, we came up we pretty much came up together. So they understand and they know everything about me, and we just dialogue. It's not like a traditional coach like, oh man, my coach just tells me to do this, which they do, but at the same time it's a dialogue. Like we try to understand fighting, understand the game, and understand what we're up against together as a whole, and make sure we're all on the same page with everything.
I love that. So you have the perfect perfect coach to student to mentor dialogue going on.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
That's a very important. I think it's very important. I want to let you know this. I see your fight probably 4 days a week. They have you knocking out Johnny Walker every time I'm at the gym lifting weights. It's one of the greatest knockouts. I see you rock him right in the temple. Literally, I saw it probably 4 times today when I was at the gym lifting weights. I laugh every single time because the way he fell, like, and you come and you hit him again, and you see his corner like, no, you gave 2 you're like, take it. Ah!
Yeah, man, just jumping on him to get the finish. That's one thing. Like, I don't like to give people a chance, bro. Like the minute I see an opening, I want to capitalize on it, and I want to make you pay for it and figure it out back at the gym.
With your amateur background, did you only do MMA as an amateur, or did you do any boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai fights, or was it all just MMA amateur and then went straight to pro?
All MMA amateur and went to pro, yeah.
Damn, good for you. Good for you. So how many amateur fights you got?
I was focused on the game. I had 13? I had 13 amateur fights.
Damn. Okay.
Over a nice
and then
span.
So you started when you were 18 as an amateur, and then when did you go pro?
I went pro in 2017.
2017. Damn. So you're 32, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. 2017. Damn. So you had a long amateur career then.
Yeah. It was in Michigan. Back in Michigan wasn't sanctioned, so it was like you could show up and the dude be 20, 30 pounds heavier than you, had 20, 30 more fights than you. Like one of my boys, I think it was maybe like his 3rd or 4th pro fight, he ended up fighting Joe Riggs.
Oh, shit.
What I'm saying? So like, so it was like some crazy, it was just crazy. It was like Cody Stamen. Cody Stamen, he came up through the same scene that I did. But yeah, it was just I was into it. Then I had times where I took off, because maybe it was like maybe the money is not in it, and like I started hearing stories about guys getting $1,500, $1,500 and $1,500 and like $3,000, and those wasn't the numbers I was trying to hear. Then like Connor happened, and then it was like, oh, so you can really make some money off of this, and so. I just needed greatness to chase, At first it was Anderson Silva. I was chasing, can I be as good as Anderson? Can I beat that guy? So I was prepping myself to go up and fight him. And then he ended up losing in the whole leg break situation. That kind of happened. Then, the money kind of was inspiring. And then John Jones really started exploding for real. And then it was just like, yeah, so now I can go up. I want to fight this guy. So then for a long time, it was John Jones was the challenge that I was chasing. And I get here and, that's what it is.
Gotcha. I was just trying to do the math. I was like, you're 32 years old. You say you just went pro in 2018, right? 2018, 2017. And so I'm like, okay.
26.
And then you had 13 amateur fights. So I was like, okay, there's a lot of space in between there where I always think it's good for an athlete to take a long time to become a professional athlete, because when you jump to that level of pro, you can't go back. Right?
Yeah.
Like I always tell my
100%.
friends, like, have a long amateur career, do as much you need to, because once you make that step, it is what it is. You're at the big show now, right? Whether it's if you start at LFA, Pride, wherever it may be. Once you make it to the big show, UFC One Championship, Bellator, PFL, then it's like there's no going back. You're at the cream of the crop.
Even the regional scene shows. Even the regional scene shows, once you start accumulating on that pro record, that's forever.
Yep.
My thing was I wanted to make sure that I won fights. Like even early on, I was winning like my first 3 fights, I won all in under a minute. But it was like I knew how. Like I was in there, I was winning, I was wild, but I wasn't comfortable. I wanted to be comfortable and be fully mentally cognizant while I was in there, and I wanted to make sure that. Once I started to get that, and once I started to understand and make intelligent moves in there, all right, so now start to do this regularly. And once I wanted to make sure that once I transitioned from amateur to pro, that same dominance and that same win that would translate over into the pros. That was my biggest focus.
That's smart. You don't hear that nowadays, because everyone wants to get to the big show as fast as possible. They're like, I'm 5-0 as an amateur. I'm ready for the next step. They get there, and then the next thing you know, they end up losing. They go 0-2 or 0-3 as a pro, and next thing you know, they're like, I don't like this sport anymore. It's not fun. It's not a passion anymore. It's more work. I'm not enjoying it, and I see it a lot in my area where people, they're successful in this area, and then they're like, I'm gonna go to the next level. It's like, dude, go 10-0 as an amateur. Go 13-0 as an amateur. That way, when you do get that call, you're ready to fucking rock and roll. There is no going back. You prepared yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally for that next step. So good on you for taking that time and having a long amateur career. It's starting to pay off now. You're the world champion. Obviously, the injury sets you behind, but I think you having that mindset is setting you up to be one of the greats to go down in history at light heavyweight, and maybe even heavyweight. I don't know if you had any, how much weight do you cut to get down to light heavyweight?
No, it depends. I've cut anywhere from 45 to
Jesus.
50. Yeah. I think whenever I got when I got called for the Glover fight, I was like, what, 6 weeks, just under 6 weeks notice. I was about 246. So,
but when you say you're 246, are you 246 fat, or are you 246 like eating good in shape, or you 246 having a malt liquor and enjoying your life?
I'm like 246, kind of chubby, fat.
Okay.
Like,
So, but what are you when you're in good shape? Like you're in training camp, and
I'm
what you probably
always
like
in good shape.
230, 225?
I'm always in good shape, DJ.
Okay, so you could go heavyweight if you wanted to. I mean, I don't foresee, because you're pretty tall, so I don't foresee you having a hard time matching those guys for weight for weight. But you will have the speed advantage. I mean, obviously, what heavyweight division is 265, right?
Yep.
So you will be on you will be on the smaller end, but that's okay. I fought bigger guys my whole entire life, and I fared out pretty well. I think you do the same.
I've been around like 260. I was over 260 not that long ago.
You were 260 not too long ago?
Yeah, not that long ago. I'm between about 260, 250 right now.
Oh, you good, baby. You good. So once you go knock him out, and then you go up and fight for the heavyweight belt.
Yeah, so I could carry weight. I could carry weight pretty well. Then especially like now I'm starting to focus in no more and spend money on my own nutrition and on my body and things like that, to where I show up fight night even better. Yeah, it's definitely too heavyweight is something that I've always wanted to perhaps try my hand at, especially with Tom Aspinall there now, because Tom is exciting and dynamic.
Gotcha. Well, I'm pretty sure you probably feel healthy when you go there too, because you ain't worried about cutting 45 pounds to make it.
It's actually pretty smooth. And I don't cut weight. I lose weight. Like whenever I show up fight week, I have one of the easiest cuts on the card. You can ask anybody in the UFC. The cuts don't I'm not drained. I'm not depleted. I have a system and how I drop my weight and how I get my weight off to where, it works. I feel good.
Yeah, and Jamal's one thing DJ and I were talking about before we hopped on this call. So tell us about this story that we're hearing these almost myths about right now. You guys in New York on a bus. You're by a lot of people having it looks like they were having some protests, and the most interesting anecdote that I'm hearing from this is about Robbie Lawler, how I guess he told you don't conserve all your energy. We don't know what's about to happen. We have all these people around us. So could you just kind of put us in that situation? What happened inside that bus in New York City?
We were leaving the event. We get on the bus and we pull up to the stoplight. And as we sitting there, like you see a protest start coming down the way, and like the driver's like, oh, maybe I can beat it, you know what I mean? Everybody's like, oh, you should probably go just try to go past. And then like he goes, he lets his foot off the gas, and then he stops, you know. He's like, no, I don't know. Then when he does this, somebody from the protest, like from the far side, well, not the far side, like closer to us, he comes over. He's looking like he's on like a hoverboard or something. He comes over on his and he looks in the window. So there's a UFC security in the front. He looks in, he says, oh, we got UFC in there. He pulls his phone out and starts recording. He's like, oh yeah, we got UFC in here. Starts slapping on the car and shit. And then at this point, like now other people are starting to incite and join. He's like, yeah, what bitches we got in here? Who the we got in? And all this and that shit, right? Like starts talking crazy. Then people just start surrounding the bus. They're all hitting on it. Like then they're like putting signs up to the window, umbrellas over the windows and stuff. So it's like it's like crazy. Then like the bus, the driver, I don't know if this dude's like trying to fan people off with the door. I don't know. Somehow he gets in a tussle with the people for his door, and they pull his door open.
Oh shit!
You know, when they pull his door open, like I'm thinking dude's about to get pulled out, like about to get pulled out of the car. You know, at this point, I'm still like I'm trying to get out, because in my mind, the way I'm looking at it is if I get out and I smoke this first dude, that's starting all of this shit, I guarantee you everybody else is gonna calm down. Or, you know what I mean? Maybe another one will come right up. I might have to drop and I might have to knock his ass out too, and then people will get the point. Or they'll just start throwing shit, and then it just gets really bad from there. But yeah, they just start like then they start throwing. You know, then they actually did start throwing shit. Start throwing shit at the bus. They hit the window. They break the back window, and then like people are like just beating on the car. At this point now, I realize I'm not about to outpower these dudes to get out the car, to get out the van, and I see this guy walk up with a knife and he stabs the tires. So this dude goes around, flattens our tires, and we just have to sit there and wait until UFC security shows up with the police.
You should have ran the motherfuckers over. You should just ran right through that son bitch. Just
that's what we were
horrible.
saying. They're like, and that's the thing, like that's crazy, because on Twitter they're like, oh, driver tries to drive into the vent and tries to drive into crowd and all this and that. Bro, I'm gonna be dead honest with you. Everybody on that bus was telling that driver to fucking go. He was the reason why people didn't get ran the fuck over. Dead ass. He was the only reason. They should be thanking that guy. Because if I'm driving, you probably get ran the fuck over.
I'm sorry. Well, here's the thing, right? Like, if you want to protest or whatnot, but don't involve everybody else with your dislikes or your protests or your bullshit, right? Because obviously you guys had nothing to do with what's going on. Shit, you don't even know why they're protesting. But the fact that we
kind of got it whenever we seen
bullshit,
the Palestine. We seen Palestinian flags, and they had the Free Palestine signs.
Gotcha. But still, that has nothing to do with you guys. So they could have kept their shit moving. Just keep it moving, and then let the bus go, and y'all keep walking down, 5th Street or wherever the fuck you doing. That's what makes me get irritated about these certain situations, right? And it's not just this protest, but it's all protests, right? Like, yes, you can protest very peacefully or whatnot. Don't, involve anybody else into the protest, but them attacking your bus and slashing the tires and trying to pry the bus open, they're lucky they didn't get shot, right? Because you guys are defending yourself. They all could have got shot, then have been all over the news, etc.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He never, like, my manager's wife was on the bus. He never, like, he just, like, she wants to come out to a fight, come to a trip. My manager travels all the time with fighters. And the time he brings his wife, this shit happens.
She's like, I'm never going again. This was the worst experience of my life. Thanks, honey. Well, I'm glad everything went well. I'm glad you got out of it. That was one thing me and Mike were talking about, is how Lawler said, save every ounce of your energy. I was like, man, maybe Lawler's been in a certain situation like this before, but.
No, he was just ready. He was just ticking time bomb, bro. He was just ready to explode.
Oh, yeah. What's going on? What's going on, you and my boy, Errol Hawani? What's going on with that? What's the beef there, baby? Come on now.
Man, come on, DJ. Bro, if you're a real one, you know he not a real one.
What you talking about, man? Me and him go way back. Tell me what happened. Come on.
Bro. he know
he said no.
He go way back, so you very familiar with the bullshit and the snake ass shit he try to do. You know what I mean? He tries to put words in people's mouth. So when you call him out on shit, you know what I mean, and he doesn't like it. Well, even if it's like even if they're like, it ain't that serious. Like even if somebody's calling you on your opinion, like, stand on your opinion. If you said some shit, say the shit. He don't want to own up to it, so he'll try some sleazy ass tactic to try to throw you under the bus with some in a public and try to smear you on like some public perception or some shit like that, rather than just own up to it like a f***ing man. I don't like that. He don't act like a man to me, so I don't respect him.
Okay. All right, Jamal. Now, we talked about everything. How was your injury? How was your recovery back from your injury? Like, did you do any type of physical therapy? You do any stem cells? How did you get yourself back to 100%?
Yeah, I'm moving. I'm not back at 100% yet, but I spent the money to relocate out to Vegas so I can be out here and I can work at the PI with the team here for the UFC every day. You know, I do physical therapy twice a day. I do strength and conditioning and just rinse and repeat. You know, I'm working with the nutrition program to make sure I get everything that I need to make sure my body takes to this recovery and I mean, everything holds up strong and I'm able to make this return.
That's what's up. Are you working with Heather?
Yeah, I work with Heather. I work with the whole team.
She's amazing, dude. She's amazing. She's helped me so much in my career when I've had injuries and came back from shoulder surgery, not knee surgery, but knee. And then she also helped me through my blood clot because I didn't even know I had a blood clot. And then she was like, you have a blood clot. You need to get your ass in the hospital and get some blood thinner. So you're in good hands. She got magical in her skills, man. So you're good to go.
Yeah, for sure.
You relocated 100%. The whole family, the 6 kids and everybody?
No, I just came out here. You know, they're still back. They're still back in Michigan. They you know, they have a life. That's a lot. And then not only that, like, Las Vegas isn't somewhere to bring your family.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, I know you have 6 kids and it's a wild, wild west, and I know uprooting them and moving them to a different place in the ages that they're at. That's hard. That's gonna be hard. Yeah. It's a lot of stress on the kids, and making new friends, et cetera, et cetera. I got 3 myself, and my wife was like, "We should move to Arizona." I was like, "Girl, we are not moving to Arizona. I'm not taking these kids out of elementary, losing all their friends. Ain't happening."
I mean, what, elementary is a little bit sooner, a little bit earlier. Like, they'll be all right. They'll be all right.
Oh, okay. All right, Jamal. So when are we looking for you to come back? Like, how's your timetable of getting back into action?
Second quarter of next year. I'm looking out May to June.
Okay.
Before we go, I just wanted to say, Jamal, we're both a big fan of your YouTube, and that's what we really like about you, is that you're very fired up. You got that really good kind of radio voice. So what is it like for you? You're in the YouTube studio right now. Like, have you just kind of felt a natural fit in the YouTube game?
It's just like, I like making content. I like creating new things, bringing ideas together, but also like, it was just a way to keep money coming in. I'm active. I've been active online. Excuse me. I'm a fan. I follow other things. I get in conversations and things like that online. So it's like, why not just sit here and have my conversations here like this to where I talk? You know, I think I speak well whenever I'm, you know what I mean, feeling in the rhythm, we'll say, you know, trying to get better at it and things like that on camera and all these other things that could be profitable in the future. So why not do that?
I love it because you're building your brand, right? You're showing people out there you're not just a professional athlete, world champion. You're showing people that you're entertaining, that you have creativity. And the beautiful thing about the YouTube, it's your own show. You have no boss. You say whatever you want, however you want, as long as you meet the guidelines of YouTube and the TOS. So I think it's amazing, man. There's so many athletes in today's age that don't really take advantage of building their brand and using the platform that they have through mixed martial arts, whether it's movies, whatever it is you do. Use that platform to bring your fans to a different platform where you can be able to monetize it, right? So hats off to you, and I applaud you for doing that because you don't see a lot of athletes doing that. They say, oh, it's too much work. Oh, I don't know where to start. The hardest thing is just starting. Once you start, ask questions, and everything else will come into place, right?
Pretty much. Yeah, it's been also like, you know, like even like with the World Council, it's been like also the fact that guys even willing to help me out, willing to come on the show, willing to have these conversations, you know. I appreciate that, you know. Nobody has to take time, you know. I'm not paying anybody anything to take time out of their day to come on and come over. They just, you know what I mean, they just like me and they want to come have a conversation, and you know, they enjoy the exchanges. So, you know, shout out to them, and I really do appreciate that though.
Well, I'll tell you what, brother, if you want my black ass on your show, you got my number. Just dial my black ass and I'll come on there and I'll shoot whatever you want. So you let me know, I'll come on there and give you the content you want, and we just vibe out and have me in the hot seat and you doing all the interviews.
No, for sure, bro. I'd love to have you in, bro. To have you on the World Council. I think you got a great mind and a great eye for the game, and you break things down and speak about it very well too. So I think that'd be a great episode.
Okay, baby, bet. I'll hold you to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to give Jamal Hill a follow on YouTube, also Instagram. Tell these people where they can find you, baby. Tell them.
Oh yeah, you can find me on YouTube. My Champ Chat podcast, Work Council, and all of those things I stream from this studio. They're on my YouTube page. You just type in my name, Jamal Hill. You type in my name pretty much on any social media platform. I'm on Instagram, sweet_dreams_J Hill. I'm on Twitter, Jamal H. On TikTok, Jamal H. Yeah, you know, just I'm gonna clean up my social media a little bit more so I can get it all flowing a little bit and everything like that. You know, life is hectic right now, but you know, we gonna get it together.
Hey, one step at a time, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on the MIGHTYcast, man. We're real big fans of you, and just let us know whatever you need, man. If you need any help with, you know, lighting this or that, or trying to monetize social media or TikTok, holla at your boy. Michael is a mastermind at this stuff. So we always want to see other athletes do well, and I want to see you eat good. Yeah, man. So I appreciate you coming to the show.
Appreciate you having me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Shout out to Jamal Hill, the former light heavyweight champion of the world. He's going to make his return in 2024 Q2. I hope his injury is healing extremely fast. I am your host, along with my good friend Michael Wanzovo, the other host.
How you guys want this shot framed up?
Oh, hey.
Look at that fucking machine right there.
I can zoom in. That's what I was asking, how tight you want the shot.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, I think
right,
back out a little bit.
I mean, I could also raise it.
How about your logo, Aljo?
No,
Look at him. That's how you know that's your man. You want your logo in there. There it is. There it is. That's too close. Now perfect. There you go.
Okay, then I'm gonna stay here because this way logo is good.
Yeah.
Your thing's good.
Get the out the way, Aljo.
He's just gonna stick there the whole time.
yeah, so.
3, 2, 1, clap.
All right, in 3, 2, 1. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of MIGHTYcast. And ladies and gentlemen, This man is an absolute stud. He's an absolute machine. Help me welcome in Merab the Machine.
Thank you, Demetrius. What a honor. And I don't know how to say this word to like talk to you. I'm a big fan of yours, and I'm still watching your fights. You're doing great, and I mean, you are a hero.
Thank you, Merab. Thank you. Well, Merab, first off, congratulations on your last win. I watched it. The whole family watched it. Absolute amazing performance. I mean, your gas tank, your cardio, your wrestling. Now, I'm going to be upfront with you. I did not think you were going to take Henry Cejudo down 5 times. I even put money on it. Okay, I'm a man of truth, and I did not think you were going to be able to get him down 5 times, but you were able to get him down easily, and you defended his most signature move, which was the inside trip, which he hit me with. He hit Aljo with it, but he could not hit you with it. So let's talk about the fight. So we're talking about the fight. Once again, congratulations. How do you feel? Any injuries whatsoever?
Thank you so much. Thank God, no injury. I feel great. Yeah, to talk about the fight, I was preparing very hard for this fight. You guys are legends, and I'm just I grew up watching you guys, and to fight Henry Cejudo is of course I'm fighting a legend, and I mean 2 division champion and Olympic champion, and we all know his grappling and wrestling is very high level, and I'm still getting better, and I'm still learning, and I wasn't sure which way his fights was gonna go, but I was ready for fight, and but yeah, a fight. I had too much fun there, actually.
He said he had fun.
Yes.
Well, it's interesting because even lead up to the fight, I was listening to your interviews, and you said yes, wrestling he might be better than me, but mixed martial arts wrestling, it's a different ball game, and you displayed that. And it was funny because I was talking to my coach about it, and I was like, dude, like his takedowns were good because he shoot in, grab a single leg, and you would just trip him, and then when you kept on doing the body lock and tripping him against the cage, it was literally beautiful. And I was like, dude, like, where did this wrestling come from? Like, where did you start in mixed martial arts? Did you start in, what's the art form you do in your home country? Like, where did you start?
Yes. So, yeah, I don't start traditional, like, wrestling, not traditional, like freestyle wrestling. I'm a more judo guy. I was doing judo a long time, and my goal was to compete in Olympic. But after 2008, they changed rules in judo. You cannot grab the leg anymore. That was my favorite move, to like with the gi grab the leg. I had one technique that I was taking down everybody. And after 2008, I realized then with my technique, and I cannot make high level, like, come world champion in judo or Olympic champion, because it's lots of footwork and foot suite and like this. And judo, it's a beautiful sport but very difficult. And yeah, after I did a little bit sambo, and when MMA came up in Georgia, of course I try. I always wanted to test it, and I feel love with it. And my transition, I realized that I find myself in MMA, and I love MMA. And of course, who's not? Whoever try MMA is the best, because like I find it myself, because I was free. Every sport you play, football or basketball or even judo or wrestling, there are so many rules, and you're not free. You gotta follow the rules. And in MMA, I'm just natural. You can, whatever you feel, you can wrestling, grappling, just long as you keep it clean, just fight. Just if you have a good cardio, push, pressure, use your whatever technique you want. So, and so, and when I in Georgia, I was doing very good. I was fighting. I was 10-0 there. But when I moved to United States, um, it was hard to find a good gym here. It was hard to get MMA fights before I find my team Saralongo, New York, and yeah, I start training here and fighting, but I realized my judo technique wasn't good because I used to take people down, but the good jiu-jitsu guys, they was taking my back. I was making a lot of mistakes because of my judo takedowns, and judo it's not good for MMA. And then after I'm just trying to get better. I knew I'm not a good grappler, good wrestler, and I'm always trying to get better. And but what's important is when I sparring or training, I'm trying to do it in the practice. To try in the practice. That's how I'm getting better, and I'm always trying to learn. And yes, Henry Cejudo, like you said, he's and like I said, he's better. If you grappling, I'm sure he will beat me in maybe in freestyle wrestling rules, or maybe But in MMA, of course, it's more tricky. You use the wall, timing with a punch, and it's so many details. That's what I'm trying to learn, and I'm looking different. And there is one more thing. I think Henry Cejudo, he has a confidence. He's Olympic champion, and he knows that he's a good grappler and wrestler. Me, I knew I'm not coming from traditional wrestling. I know I never was that level. Now I have to get better. I have to improve, and I have to learn, and I have to that's why I think this makes me dangerous. I'm still a student.
No, I love it, man. I think the biggest thing I love about your style, Marab, is that you're so humbled. Like you said, I'm not very good at wrestling, but you just out wrestled an Olympic gold medalist, right? I've actually done folk style wrestling and some freestyle wrestling, and I couldn't even take Henry Cejudo down. So you've been able to take this beautiful sport of judo, which I'm started to learn a little more judo because I've been in my gi a lot more. You've been able to come from judo, try sambo, and then now you said you like to be free. That's the beautiful thing about mixed martial arts is that you're not stuck in one realm of basketball, football, or kickboxing and Muay Thai. You could do whatever feels natural to you, and I think you have embodied that with the gas tank that you have, and you're able to keep this relentless pressure on, which gives you the timing, the right angles, and using the cage to your ability. So with you having this freedom to do whatever you want, where does the gas tank come from? Like I saw the video, you're in Vegas, you got all the girls around you, they're all screaming your name, Marab, you're the best, you're the best. You go, okay, ladies, watch me swim underwater. And you swim all the way underwater without even taking a breath. Genetically, it seems like you have an amazing gas tank. Have you always been that way, or did you develop it as you got older?
Yeah, I wasn't that way when I was young, and it's just hard work. I, you know, you
I,
know,
I work that hard, Marab, and I can't do what you do. I do a little bit differently, but no, I can't swim under the pool like you did. I can't, you are relentless when you fight, right? And you're just accrediting that to hard work. Like, do you do anything like what's your recovery like? What's your conditioning like? What is it that you do specifically you think that gives you that edge of that cardio?
so I think because when I'm tired, I'm keep training. I'm always pushing. So yeah, uh, because maybe my style. When I training, sparring or do jujitsu, I'm always pressuring. And there is one more secret. I will say, sometimes when I shoot, and if I feel that there is not there takedown, I'm not gonna like squeeze too much. I'm gonna let him go. Even I take
Mm,
down, I'm not gonna spend all my energy to squeeze. It's okay. I will use my body weight and the butt control, and I'm not gonna try my best to hold him down. And if he still get up, then I'll be tired. I'm trying to use like smart way to the not spend like my energy. Let's make for example, like, so when I was fighting against Jose Aldo, I shoot couple
mm,
times. I did lock the hands, but he was defending good. If I really really try, maybe I can lift, I can take him down, but that may make me really more tired. And then eventually we was gonna break, and then he will he was gonna start striking, and I won't be I will be tired maybe. So I don't risk it. I just hold it, use my head, and use my body weight, and I don't squeeze
Mm,
my hand because I don't want to get too much tired. You know, I was
gotcha.
trying to like just block him, use my head. Just I wasn't squeezing too much. That's why maybe if you see me, if I take people down, and I will try my use my body weight. If they try to get up very hard, let them go. It's okay. Get up. I don't care. You getting tired. You have to get up on top.
Yeah. I love that. He goes, I don't care. Get up. You're getting tired, not me. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This podcast is sponsored by Prize Picks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Prize Picks is a daily fantasy sports game. Now, it's not just football. They have NHL. They even have CSGO. They even have Valorant. They even have mixed martial arts. And I love it so much. We did a nice little pick last couple weeks. Marab, I went less with him because I didn't think he would be able to take Henry Cejudo down 4 times. And lo and behold, he did. He took it down 5 times. Messed up my my picks. But it is super easy to use, very simple. It's either more or less. So let's say you think an athlete is going to land 75 significant strikes. I like to think about who's fighting. I'm not sure. I like who he's fighting. I think he's a better striker. You know what? I think he's gonna knock him out. I'm gonna go ahead with less. Or if he's fighting a guy who could take a lot of durability, a guy like Tony Ferguson, you might want to go with more. So if you want to give Prize Picks a try, all you got to do is go to the App Store, whether you're Android or iPhone user, download Prize Picks, and when you do that, make sure you use my code MIGHTY. They will match up to $100 of your deposit. Now, next time our good friend Marab fights, you better believe I'm going to go with more with the takedowns, because last time I didn't think he could take down Olympic gold medalist 4 times, but he proved me wrong. So, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring this podcast. And when you guys want to make the right pick, make sure you make it at the right place, which is Prize Picks. Let's get back to this amazing interview. Now, when it comes to, you've beaten a lot of former champions. Jose Aldo, Henry Cejudo, Peter Yan. And in my eyes, I believe you were the number 1 contender who should be fighting Sean O'Malley right now for the belt, but unfortunately you're not. But you have the next shot at the title, which I cannot wait to see you fight for the belt. How are you feeling about the matchup between you and Sugar Sean O'Malley? Like, obviously, or even Chito, right? I think both those guys, you are a great matchup stylistically because you don't stop. You keep coming forward. You find where you're going to be able to be successful, and you will not stop until you get there. But as you sit back, you just got done beating Henry Cejudo. How are you liking your matchup against those 2 gentlemen, Chito and Sugar Sean O'Malley?
Yeah, let's talk about O'Malley. I see him as a dangerous opponent because he has good footwork. He has a knockout power. He has a very strong right hand, and he has a good timing. And I see as a dangerous fighter. And once he win contender series, and once I saw him in UFC, and like I wanted to fight him because I wanna I wanna challenge myself, and I still looking that way. Uh, but how I see, uh, I think I should keep a smart, just patient, keep a strike, and just wait to my time to shoot. And if he defends, and let him go, and I'm gonna shoot again, and then maybe make him slow, make him tired, and eventually I will take him down.
Oh, I love it.
And
And then that's if Sean gets through Chito. And Chito, you feel it's probably going to be the same thing. Even though Chito doesn't have as much footwork as Sean O'Malley, he does have a good, walk forward pressure, good boxing, good kicks, good knees. But I'm assuming like with that's a beautiful thing about your style, is that you can apply that style to anybody you fight, because you're going to go forward and you're just going to try to dominate them. Right? You're not looking to angle off and looking to, catch somebody overextending. You're like, no, I'm going to beat the living hell out of you.
yeah, thanks. Yeah, I think Chito is also a good fighter, very smart. He's waiting, he's in his pocket, he's patient, and then he's like slow, but he's sharp. Of course, he has a lot of experience in UFC. He's been in so many fights, so win or loss. You know, he's dangerous. Of course, he has good kicks as well, and but. Yeah, I don't study him much, Chito Vera yet. But one thing is for sure. Yeah, I will just training hard, and now like what I learned is, yeah, you gotta just um, you gotta go step by step. You know, every other is each. Every fight, like like let's say I'm focused on my next fight, next fight, next fight. That's how I've been, and that's I realized um, uh, that couple of years ago. Just focus on next fight. So if Chito will wins, and I will just start studying him, but just
Mm.
keep doing my thing, um,
Yep.
and yeah. So like, yeah, it's nothing personal, man. If I lost against them, then okay, God bless you, no problem. It's a fight, man.
I love that. God bless you.
You
well, l- well,
but sorry,
well,
so let me tell you, but only one guy, if I lost against him, the Peter Yan, I will kill myself, because
what the
this guy is
fuck?
not good guy. He's not humble, and then, but otherwise, like if I lost against Henry, or of course, like if I lost against the one of the great fighter, it's okay. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess you're better than me, and
See. Now I think we're gonna have like a hatred thing. I see what happens if Marab becomes the champion. They're gonna do like a revenge match for Peter Yan, and there's actually some hatred there. He goes, if I lose to him, I'm gonna kill myself. I didn't know you had hatred for Peter Yan. I always thought you guys were, cordial. Like you could say, I'm not in your camp or whatever. But actually, I can see because there's a little back and forth when Aljo need him,
yeah.
and you've always had Aljo's back. And I love that about your guys' relationship. Like, you are the number one contender right now. And at the time, you were number one contender, and Aljo was the world champion. And you're like, no, that's okay. Dana White was like, these two need to fight. And you're like, no, that's okay. We don't need to fight. Like, there's more than money. There's friendship. There's brotherhood. There's bromance. And I think you guys embody that. You don't see a lot of that in mixed martial arts at all. You see athletes together, but if they have the opportunity to, you look at Rashad Evans versus John Jones. Those two were super close coming up, but those two end up fighting. And the love that you have for Aljo and the love that Aljo has for you is absolutely amazing. How did you guys build that over the years, right? Because now Aljo's gone up to 145, so you have your opportunity to wear gold because he wants to see you win. Speak on that. How does that feel to have, your brother from another mother want to see you win?
This is yeah, this is something that you cannot buy. This is came natural. Yeah, when I emigrated from Georgia, and I was trying to learn culture here, I was trying to uh, get better as a person and as a fighter. And yeah, I started training with my team, and they treat me very good, even I don't speak English. Mixed martial art community, we are very respectful people, and same is my team, Serra Longo team, good people. And my family all lives in Georgia, but I have here my team. And yeah, when I started first training with Aljamain Sterling, he was so much better than me. He still is, but uh, but um, and yeah, and I started growing as a fighter, and I learned so much from him. I look up to him. He was already a professional fighter. He signed soon. He signed to UFC, and I got better, and after he started using me as a training partner. And no, we was just training each other. We was the like main training partners, so like so many years. And also like good training partner and who not make you injure, who don't have like a who don't have a ego to hurt you or just take care of your mimic. Like we was mimic like so I was trying so I had to I was sometimes Henry Cejudo, sometimes TJ Dillashaw, sometimes Peter Yan style, you know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
just and same time I was getting better. Of course, he was getting ready, and same thing. When I have fights, so basically we were like all these fights. I had the UFC or he had. We was just main train partners. We was training together and we were traveling together. We are friends, I know and Aljo moved to Las Vegas, and I moved to Las Vegas, and now here in Vegas we are neighbors. And as you guys see, as you guys,
well, since you guys are neighbors, has there ever been a house party thrown by Aljo and he didn't invite you?
That's a tricky question. So because okay. I was hang out with we was hang out in Aljo's house a lot, and we had here a lot of parties. But since I buy a house, Aljo not have too many parties here. I don't know. Maybe he had party and he not invited. How I know? But well, it's okay. We been hanging out in my house. We have so many times party. So I don't know. See, I don't know if he has a party and he don't invite me. So I don't know.
I love that. It's like, oh man, before I was always at his house partying. Now I buy a house next to him. No more house parties. I don't understand what's going on. I love that.
We always hanging out in my house. It's okay. It's good.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now when it comes to, so let's talk about your social media. Each time you have a fight coming up, you become Dr. Merab. then you're training in their bedroom. You got your lady at the doorway with a nice bottle of wine, and you shut the door in her face. Now, I think it's absolutely hilarious, and you're building your brand. You got a beautiful shirt there. Before we get off the podcast, I want you to tell everybody where they could buy that beautiful Merab the Machine shirt so they can support you. Where does this come from? Like, where does this creativity come from? Have you always had it? Do you have a ghostwriter? Like, where do you come up with these ideas on your social media?
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm trying to get better everywhere, and I was thinking to make this logo a long time. Yes, like my first name is Merab and last name is Dvalishvili. MD is like a medical doctor or something like this. It's not good.
Okay.
I was using MD first, but it's not good. And I tried to create a logo, and then this is like a punch, and then you see MD. It's like a kind of punch, and I create that.
Bravo.
Yeah, you see, right? It's MD, but and then I create that, but I was missing something, and then I added my whatever I'm using papaja, right? And I added on top papaja, and then the machine here, but I was still missing something, and then I added now the plug. Then now it looks perfect, So,
it's beautiful. Good for you, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, that was very naturally created. And with your social media, like with you saying, it's Dr. Merab here, MD. That's beautiful. Michael, did you pick that up? I did not do that. Michael?
No. I did not pick that up, but I'm a big fan of the social media and all that stuff that you do. So are those ideas that you come up with yourself, or is there someone else that has these great skits that are really just I think every time they're a banger. Like whenever you post something, I send it to DJ immediately and he's just laughing his ass off.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen you miss yet.
Yeah. The almost everything was my idea. Only one thing, that when I wake up and I'm running in the street and drinking gasoline, that wasn't my idea, because we have a like ESPN in Georgia, like Santanta Sports, and those guys give me the idea. You should make a video like this when you like stop in the red light and go green lights, like because your nickname is Machine, and drink the gasoline and like this. And then after me and my friend, we filmed with the phone this, and it was so easy. Of course I drink apple juice, and then I don't drink gasoline. But just with that video, the frame my friends give me from Georgia Santanta Sports. But otherwise, like that. So when Henry screw up my last name, everybody screws my last name, and I was gonna fight Henry, and then Henry always makes fun of opponents. You know, he was making fun of Aljo. He was talking like, you know, he's funny, but same time, you know, then I give myself the confidence. Now I can joke about him too. So, and I wanna like, and then I'm in my head, I wanted to make some video to teach him, because I always wanna teach people, hey, just read. It's like same. Just read it and say it how you read it. You know, I want to just tell people it's not that hard. Just read it. You know, and and then I'm like, I gotta do this. And then of course I have a friend who's helping me with like just making video, and we buy some cameras, and we taking nice pictures. Now now it's very important social media, and then me, I like positive. I like having fun, and I don't like drama. I can't. I'm not that smart to like give everybody nickname like a Kobe Covington does, and like I'm not like or Henry Cejudo does. You know, that's a fun way, but you know, I'd rather make fun of myself. You know, or my opponent if my opponent talking shit, trash about me. That's all.
I think you did. I think you're killing it. Like Michael said, you haven't missed yet. I don't think there's been one social media gimmick you have done and it has fallen flat, because each time I see him, I just laugh. I even showed my wife one of them. She goes, what the hell is he doing? I was like, oh, he's working out. He's shutting the door. He's got a fight coming. She goes, oh, I get it. That's funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say there is one that fell flat.
What's going on, guys? This podcast is sponsored by G Fuel. Now, G Fuel has no sugar, no crash, and it's loaded with lots of vitamins. I love to take my G Fuel when I'm going to the gym to throw around some weights. And cool thing about G Fuel, it has a plethora of flavors. Here's one of them, the clickbait. And then we also have the delicious watermelon lemonade. And then we also have hype sauce. I think this one is one of their best sellers. Now, if you want to give G Fuel a try, all you got to do is go to gfuel.com. And when you do that, make all your selection of all the flavors you want to try. Use my promo code MIGHTY, and that will save you 20% on your complete order. Thank you to G Fuel for sponsoring the podcast. Let's get back to the interview.
But what were you? I'm happy I have the moment to ask you this right now. What were you thinking when you dove into that frozen lake? Because I still don't understand.
Yeah,
I don't understand that video.
Do you know this video, Demetrius?
Yes, I do. Yes.
So, okay, let me explain. So that was 2020, like New Year's, somewhere right there, like 3 years ago. And I was in New York, I think, I started, so from 2020 we was like back and forth, like Vegas, New York, and training. So that time I was in New York and training like always, like every day, you know. I have a fight or no, I try to training, you know, every day. And in New York snow came, and then like 2-3 days the gym was closed because they said, oh, stay home, the road is too much snow in a road, don't get in a car accidents. And then what else I have to do? I don't have kids, you know. And of course I like run, and I was running to the lake and then coming home. And then next day I decide because it was snow everywhere, and then I was thinking to like do a little ice tub and jump in the cold water so I put my phone to the like snow, set up my phone to make, like I was thinking I'm gonna just jump in the water and then just post 10-second story on my Instagram to just me going cold water. And I turn around video and I take my clothes off, but it's cold outside. Of course, it's snow, and I don't want to just test the water. Oh, it's cold. I can't go in freezing. You know, I don't want to be the guy. You know, especially I have a video. I know I want to make a video, and I always like to dive in the water. And I know how deep is water. Like it's kind of short, like not too long, but I know how to like jump like technique and that don't hit my head to the ground. And I was focused on more that. But the on top of the water looks like it's a melted snow, but I don't realize it was freezing. It was ice. So and then me, I'm focused of like dive like with my technique to don't hit in the ground because the water is just maybe like this big and it's not too deep. And so as soon as I dive and I break the ice and my head splits and and then I'm like I realize what why I did this, like why I should check. My first thought was why don't I check how I make this mistake, how I don't see it, and like I'm so stupid. And then as soon as I grabbed my head, I felt that the skin was peeling off from all over my head. I'm like,
Oh.
my first thought was, oh, 1 week least no training. Now I go stitches, go hospital. And then like, as you guys see, I'm like talking like to myself, I'm so stupid. What the fuck? I'm so stupid. and then, and then, and then, and 1 second, now 1 second, you know, uh, I forgot that I was doing video, but and then so soon, okay, well, no, anyways, I grabbed my t-shirt to put the tight my head, stop bleeding, and I get dressed. Now I cannot run because I have a cuts my head. I cannot run even home. So I'm walking to my house, and I know I gotta just got in my car and I gotta go hospital, you know. But then and then I forgot I have video. Now I'm watching video. Oh, this is so so silly, so stupid, so funny. And then I'm like,
so you're probably driving to the hospital. You're like, oh shit, I'm still filming. Oh no.
no, but like the fact that I have this video, now I'm looking myself and I'm laughing. It's so stupid. Like, and then, but now I'm thinking, it's nobody knows, nobody's with me, nobody knows, it's just me. But now I look, this is so stupid decision. But if I post this, I'm sure like all the people will say, well, you're so stupid, why don't you check how you break your head, right? But I'm like, if I post this, a lot of people will think that I'm so stupid. But I'm like, I'm not hiding nothing in my life, and I'm already crazy. I'm a MMA fighter, you know. MMA fighters, I think we are a little crazy, you know. And then I'm like, I'm not hiding nothing. I'm gonna post this. I think it's funny, and I posted, and like couple thousand followers, boom, and they show in my country in national TV, every TV, our fighter, UFC fighter Merab Dvalishvili break his head, and like it was news like the other day.
Wow.
Yeah.
But then you got revenge. I saw that you went back with headgear, boxing gloves, and you got revenge, right? You want to talk? You want to talk us about that fight? How that fight went down?
Yeah, but wow, man, it's crazy. Yeah. So okay, what happened was now next day I can't go gym because I have stitches all over the head, and it's snow outside. You can like I'm not drinking. I'm not. I'm not like. And then what should I do? And I'm like, I gotta make another funny video. Like I gotta now just put gloves on and just go and do rematch and just keep it fun, you know, because
that rematch. Yeah. Oh, I love that. He was like, Ice, you got me the first one. I'm coming back with vengeance. Comes back, I'm getting the rematch, and then you whooped that lake's ass.
Oh shit! Actually, maybe I should post. A lot of people forget this. Thank you for reminding me. I gotta post it because,
no, I saw that. There was like everybody's like, remember, guys, Merab got that one back. The lake's not undefeated, and you went back and you beat the hell out of. Like you're like, take this, pop, with the headgear and everything. Oh man! So were you? So obviously you're trying to get it into the lake for. Were you trying to do for recovery? Like, what is your recovery like? Are you ice bath, sauna guy, stretch, water, good food? What is your recovery? I mean, with a body like you who runs so high, like the way you train with the nickname Machine, you have to have like you got to be sore. What are you doing for recovery, man?
So to be honest, no ice tub and no sauna, nothing like this. No, not even massage here. I live in Las Vegas and we have a UFC PI, and you can just go and you can just tell, oh, my shoulder bother me or my back bother me, can you do a little massage? You can tell they can do. They cool people as long as you make appointment, no problem. But I I only go there when I have injury, really injury, like I was rehab my hand or like little like always have something little bit happen. Only that time I go. I never go massage or something. uh, yeah, I don't like to waste my 1 hour because I am good. Yeah.
So hey, wait. So you go there for the massage. You don't do ice baths, no sauna, no yoga. So you just
No.
I need a massage. You massage. Thank you. That's all you do for your recovery.
No, I don't even go for massage there. I can do it. That I was saying
Yeah.
I can do it, but I'm not. I can take one advantage. So basically, what I'm saying, so like 6 days, no 5 days a week in UFC
Yeah.
I can go and I can get the massage if I want. I can tell them, oh, my back bothers me, and they can do massage or like they can do recovery. But I'm good. I don't feel it. So. And I don't like ice towel because I was just testing, hot water, cold water. I hanging out too much in ice cold water, and I get sick. I was coughing 2 3 weeks. I'm like, fuck this. Like, I'm not doing it anymore. Like, why I have to go
Oh.
cold water? No, it's not good. I'd rather be warm.
I like how he won't do an ice bath, but
Because the
dives
lake.
into a free. Even if the lake wasn't frozen cold, it was still gonna be freezing.
Yeah.
Even if you're able to, but you won't do an ice bath.
That's fun, my friend. And especially, and so when you run in the snow, if you just when you warm and then if you're sweating, that's cool. That's fine. Like when you hot, that's cool. And like 10 seconds, and just especially if you have a video set up, it's fun, good. Everybody love you challenge yourself, and then but the Moldovan guy, the Spivak, the heavyweight UFC fighter.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's a UFC heavyweight. He lost against the French fighter. Anyways, yeah. So anyways, this guy Spivak, he goes here UFC and he said my record is 1 hour in cold water. I'm like, bro, why? Why, bro? I'm like, why you kill us? And then he said, oh,
Wow.
it's just after a couple of minutes, I don't feel it. His nickname is Polar Bear. So I don't know. It's not my thing. So okay. Let's go back to my recovery. So me, like, how I training here in Las Vegas. I will explain. Um, so like morning we have a practice 11:30, and I go morning practice. Finish one. I first practice. I push and then I try to get good training session. I go eat. After I have a lunch, and after just answer the text, like maybe post something social media, like or make answer emails, make some like as so many things going on. You have to like this do his home like online work something, and after I'm listening always but I'm gonna eat good, and I'm almost eating like all this time because I'm listening my body. I don't have like strict diet. Like if I need like sweet, if I need some cake or something, I eat. If I need ice cream, if my body needs, I
Hell
eat.
yeah.
I listen my body. I always try to eat clean, but I try to eat good. And so after I most of the time I train second time either it's jiu-jitsu or or maybe lifting or running or maybe like mixed swimming or maybe some other training, or something like that. And then after that again on your cell phones whatever. But so when I go home I like to eat good. I like to eat a lot. I like to really relax, chill, and I don't go sleep early. I like to like stay up a little bit. But let's say if I go to sleep 1 a.m., I like to wake up 9 a.m. because um I wanna get 8 hours sleep. I'm always trying. At least I'm getting 7 hours. If I go to sleep 2 a.m., I like to wake up 10 a.m. because and morning I can sleep. It's just for me, it's hard to go bed early, and I try to get sleep good. And the same thing, man. Every next day I just waking up, go gym, training, push, and I'm always looking for some other. Now I set up some little gym in my garage, and if I don't know, there is so many opportunities. Somebody asked me to training, like I like to help. I can't say no to the fighter who wants training with me, or I can say no to girls, and that's my life.
I love it. So then, so you don't really have, I guess you could say, a recovery routine. You basically just train, eat good, sleep good, and drink water. Right?
Yes.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes,
Oh.
exactly. And then
How old are you? How old are you, Murad?
33.
Oh, you still young.
Yeah.
When your ass hit 37, you gonna see a different type of light. I'll
Wow.
tell you that right now. Cause
Really?
I was the same way. I was like, oh, I don't need recovery.
Wow.
Man, I tell you what,
Wow.
37, I need my ice bath. I only do it for 5 to 7 minutes, and with the sauna, that is it.
Okay, see, yeah, maybe, but
Well, you're just a machine, Murad. That's what it is. You're just a machine.
no, I'm okay, but so
So okay, so let's fast forward. So obviously you just got done fighting. When are you looking to compete again? Like you were ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to know right now, Murad, the superstar, he's on a world tour, victory tour. He was late. He had me and Michael in the studio. He showed up 20 minutes late. He had to text some girls. He had to sign some autographs, but he's here. How soon are you looking to get back in there? Like, are you looking next year? Not next year. Sometime in the fall.
actually I wanna be back as soon as possible, because last my fight, even I was preparing hard and I was ready. I don't know, somehow I don't felt I was in a fight. I don't know. I feel like it's nothing happened, and I'm just very hungry for fight, and I still miss. I wanna compete. I like my body feels good. Like usually after weight cuts, and you just hungry, crazy, you're sore. Everything. Like next week, usually you feel it. Like, and then you don't even want to go gym. Now I feel like I miss. I today I was gym. I sparring. I training, and I love it. I enjoy it. I have motivation. I don't feel it. I just win the fight, and hopefully next fight will be soon. I'm even willing to be backup fighter as Chito Vera and O'Malley, because I feel good, I feel confident, and even I know that I have a guarantee the title fight. That it's not right idea to risk myself and without like a long training camp. Just take this. If something happened, that this short notice fight or be backup fighter, I'm still willing, because I think I don't know. I feel it. I do always what I feel, and I feel it. I would like to be backup fighter if they need me.
No, I love it. I love it. Now, when you are in a so you went training today, how much weight do you cut? Right? Like you're
Yeah.
always on a good diet. Are you super close to 135? Do you blow up to 155, 160? Like what's the process of you getting down to 135? Because you look like a thick 135 or a thick boy. I know you're like 5'3", 5'4", like me, but you got some nice size on you. How big do you get between fights?
Thank you. Good question. So me, usually, I walk around like 155. Sometimes I'm getting like 158, maximum 160. So when I'm like really really eating like crazy, and like usually that's what I do. I try to eat lean. I try to eat clean. I try to. But I don't check my weight if I don't have a fight. Or I only check weight week before my fight. But of course, I always try to don't get fat and don't get crazy. But I listen my body. If my body needs, I will eat, no problem. I'm not checking. So usually I walk around like 20 pounds over, 22 pounds over, maybe 25 maximum, like over, maximum. Like, it's only a couple times in a year. And so, okay, so my diet and my weight cut is I don't change nothing in my lifestyle. I'll be like this even I have a fight or no, and I'm always trying to be in shape. And so when I will get close to fight, I will start even more smart. I will not gonna eat ice cream much, and not too many cakes, and don't go crazy with this sweetness or like this. And so week before I'm same thing, like same way, like 156. And so when I will spar it week before, like 6 days before Saturday, that's where I'm gonna look my weight, and I'm gonna be like I'm gonna check my weight, and I'll be like, if I be like 155, it's a good weight for me. And Saturday I'm gonna eat light. I'm gonna eat very smart. Start drinking uh water, like now before I used to stop eating, stop drinking, like old style, like a wrestling, like wrestling style, like in judo we was doing same thing. We was cutting, just no eat, no drink, running, sweating, and make weight. Kill yourself. But I was doing this up until like 2 3 years. But then when I look Aljo and now UCPI and everybody, I learn so much, and I'm not kill myself without water. I only stopped drinking water last 3 days, like 2.5 days. And
Wow.
yeah, so okay, what I do is, so start drinking water Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then eat less, and then drink water like 5 liter water, and like eat just a little bit, and drink more water. And so and so usually Tuesday I'm like 147 after practice, and maybe Wednesday like 140 uh, 3 after practice. And Thursday, of course, from Wednesday, like Wednesday only like little water, like a little bit water. And then I go almost hungry in the bed, and like, oh, just maybe a little bit, just like one scoop something, eggs or something. And maybe just a little bit water for like just drink, take a vitamin. And then Thursday morning, nothing, no drink, no eat, just stay hungry. And nighttime I have like a left 5 pounds maybe. And then nighttime, just I don't need nobody. I just need like maybe some teammate or somebody. What I do is in treadmill, I wear a lot of clothes, and then just running. It's just, and then but counting seconds, like 10 seconds more, 5 seconds more, 1 minute more. Like just like this, kill myself. And when I'm sweating, and okay, well, let's say I'll run, let's say 30 minutes or something, and I'm just
Jesus
I'm gonna sit. And then because my heart is going crazy because I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, and and then when I'm running, sometimes I do like different like moves, like I'm like do shadow boxing, since I'm lifting legs to uh, uh so to make even more miserable. And once I finish the running, I will sit, and then I'm like tired, exhausted, of course, but the sweat's coming. I'm hot, and I'm still cutting weight. And then usually I cut 3.5 pounds like this. And when I go bed, like without eat, without drink, and I'm still hot, I'm still like no sleep, moving that way, waiting all night up until morning. And morning usually I'm on weight.
It's crazy that you do all that and you still perform at a very high level with all the running, with the dehydration, with no food in your system, no cake. It's crazy that your legs don't cramp, because usually, you see a lot of athletes, they do that, and then when they go and fight, they suffer from it because the weight cut was so hard. It's like that's why that term comes from. The first battle is the weight cut. Once you make the weight cut, then it's good to go. But it seems not to affect you because you haven't missed weight once.
Yes.
Two, it has never affected your performance. I mean, when you picked Henry up and you ran his ass across the cage, I'll let you know I did it once against a guy. I didn't do as cool as you did, right? I picked up Nick Pace. I ran across the cage
Yes,
and I threw him into the cage and I jumped in the cage. You picked Henry up and you walked around and you threw him down. And after you threw him down, you landed a 4-piece chicken meal on him. So the way you got it down to a science, Merab. It's absolutely amazing and beautiful to hear the weight cut process, to hear your story with the battle with the lake, to hear how you and Aljo have developed this amazing bond that money cannot buy. Merab, thank you so much for your time. Merab, this is your chance to tell people where they can find you and where they can pick up that beautiful shirt, my friend.
First, I want to say thank you to you. You are a legend, and I have so much respect. I have so much respect for you, man. Like you guys, yeah. So you guys make UFC like this level, and now, like now, because of you put so much work and you build this division, and you like. And now it runs easy, But thank you guys. You are like, I think, first generations, the real goats, and man, you are legend, and you still fighting this level, high level, and you are motivation for me and for so many others, and like, and you so cool, even person, and great fighter, man. I appreciate you and respect, and thank you so much. And what an honor to be in your show, talk with you, and. Yeah, it's like God is good, and like it's even this, it's crazy for me. And so go back. I am like in social media, just with my name Merab dot Dwalishvili in Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, or yeah. So whatever.
What about the
social
shirt, baby? What about the shirt? What about the shirt?
Shorts, my shorts. So if they go on my Instagram, there I have the the website there. You can see it in my bio. It's official Merab Dualishvili. It's a website, and they can click, and I sell my merch there. They can find it there if they want. But so that's it. And yeah, I'm here in Las Vegas training, and enjoy my life, and yeah, I will say MMA is the best, man. And then if you guys want a training, the guys who's not training, I will say I recommend jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu is the best sport. You can training in any age, and this is the best sport, and I will say the best martial arts to like not like very important martial arts for everyone.
I love it. I love it. Merab, when I come to Vegas, maybe coming out there for during UFC 300, because my dad lives out there. If I come out there, I have time. I want to come grapple with you and mess around. I want to feel what Henry felt. I want to see if you could pick me up and throw me across the cage like you did to Henry. I'm sure you could, because I'm pretty small and I don't have as good as wrestling as.
Much as I would love to training with you, I don't wanna, because you're gonna smash me and you're gonna think, oh, this guy is Henry. Oh, the fuck.
No.
Maybe you're gonna come in 135 UFC back, and then you may wanna.
Oh God, Merab, I am old. I am 37, my friend. I have 3 kids. I am old. But no, I want to. I want to be able to train just to see, feel. I like to feel, and I always like to learn. You have some beautiful takedowns against the cage and your timing. So for me, I am a student of the game, and I'm still learning. So I will love just to pick your brain a little bit.
Okay, that's but. Okay, but
okay, we'll make it happen.
Yeah, well, no, one thing I want to ask about, talking about people training with you. What was up with you sparring with? I don't know if I want to call it sparring, but training with Sneeko a little bit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
giving him.
Hey, you're smacking the shit.
You might have embarrassed him. We thought he was embarrassed versus Strickland, but this might be even more embarrassing for him, just slapping him around, getting him in that rear naked choke. So how did that get set up, and how did it feel beating his ass?
So he asked me he wants to like live stream with me, and then I don't know him actually before I saw Strickland's fight, and then I was at the Power Slap and I saw him, bro. I tell him, bro, I respect you, man. You fight Strickland, this guy, he sparrings everyone like his fights, like I said, you crazy? Like, how? Why you sparring with him? You know, and then that's how we get know each other. And he said, I wanna do live stream with you. I said, okay, cool, let's do it. And so and then when he told me yesterday in the live stream, he taught teach me some like to show me some technique and then like some jiu-jitsu technique, and we was just live stream. And then and after he told me, oh, how are you gonna match up with Omar? He's taller, he's taller like me, I'm even big taller. And then he said he's been training boxing, and he was just trying to. I said, okay, let me show you. And then, of course, like I play a little bit and then shoot, take him down, and I was just slapping him because it's a move. Every time he moves, then I was following him and then just slapping him, you know. And then he's like, what the fuck? I can't. What should I do? Like, you know. I said, you need to train jiu-jitsu, you know.
That cracks me up. Yeah, when I saw that video, actually, I think Michael sent it to me, and you're just like, whack, 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 just hit him. I was like, oh man, actually, the good old fashioned whipping.
Actually, that move I learned from Aljo. You know, when beginning when Aljo used to take me down, he got me good position. He got mount me or like half guard like good. And he used to hold me there. He's like, like show me, like just show me, like. And then after I do to everybody, even Aljo now, I go, I'm like, but I really actually punch people, like, you know, say like I do hard, but I stop it. But you know, I actually show them, you know. It's usually, you know, when you're training or practice or do jiu-jitsu, if you on top, usually it's not a fight and you're not like doing these people. But I'm in my head, I'm always practicing and also show them the, hey, you gotta move or it's dangerous, you know. It's, you cannot hanging out there like a jiu-jitsu guys, they can wait. And I'm always saying, okay, you know, saying I'll go to him, like I can punch you if I want, but I'm just gonna slap you, you know.
I love it, man. I love it. Merab, this has been an amazing treat, man. I truly appreciate you. When I come to Vegas, I'm going to hit you up. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our guest, Merab, MD. And if you like this interview, make sure you like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to know we go live. And go give this man a follow on his Instagram and pick up that brand new, delicious-looking shirt. Merab the Machine, MD, medical doctor. We'll see you at the next one, boys. That is it for the MIGHTYcast. I am your host, Demetrious Johnson, and my co-host, Michael Wansover. We'll see you at the next one. Cheer. Well, damn.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me. Thank you, Demetrious.